we that used to say, our wife, our children, our wife, when their father is alive, oh, if you need anything, just call on me. How we answer, it was because the father was still giving them money. And when the man dies, he changes. The wife will turn to devil. Even though nobody have seen devil and people continue to paint devil. I always tell people, do you know even if devil is the most handsome person that you've ever met, but you paint him dark, the person turns evil. The wife turns evil overnight. And they begin to come with different types of rhetorics to say why and why she should be chased out of the house even with her children, or why the younger brother or senior brother or someone within the family needs to marry her in order to take care of her and the property their brother left behind. Why the lazy ass people would not work with what that guy has given them while he was alive. They have squandered those and their eyes is still in his property. Their eyes is still in his items, even unto his wife. And in the case where some of them take over this thing, they treat those children like slaves. They treat the wife like a nobody. They will turn out, they will objectify the woman if the woman agrees. If the woman refuses, they will say she is an ashewo, chase her out. There are some, they will say, bat the dead person and let her drink the water. If she dies, then she was the one that killed her brother. This is the society we have. And I think that is what we should be talking about. Because it's a menace among us black people. I put Justice Mohbad's case aside. His case get comma as a B. Everybody can suspect what they want to buy. Put that the way it is. But there are 1,000, more than 5,000 cases that have never been reported and have fallen into this victimization of widows or the descendant of a dead person. If now woman die, the man will take care of them. But we have seen, and some of us have been victim of when parents will die. The uncles that will say, in Yoruba language, and they will do. I will do more than what your parent do or your father did. They will do, because your father will not send you out to be a slave. Neither will they neglect you and your feelings. Neither will your parents take what is rightfully yours. But they will do it to you because they are evil. And I think this is what we should be talking about. You see, that of Wigwe, the father that is alive, wanting to fight for the property of the son, when his son, his wife, and the first child from the job, because Mohbad will get the justice whichever way is defined. He's dead, he's going to be buried. His loved ones have accepted that he has left them. They can manage his property. For me personally, I care less. Because if they share his property, even to the 100th of the atom of his property, it not go reach me. So I'm not always interested in that. But in terms of, doing something that evil things will not happen in our society, that is the public thing I'm interested in. But let's look at it at the general level. This thing still continues among us. It continues. Tomorrow it will happen. Today it's happening to some people. There are families. I heard a story. Someone was telling that thing. I don't know who said it the last time we were discussing. This lady was abroad.
Yeah, I was one
the husband died. Thank you. The husband died in South Africa. The siblings took his body and barred the family, his wife and children, from coming back to see. And the woman was saying, as we are speaking, they are lowering my husband to the head. And she was still in South Africa. She came back to Nigeria and she suffered it. It was Demba that gave that story. And then they lowered, and the woman came back to Nigeria and suffered. They took all the property. It was someone else that helped her, and she's now in America. This is what our society is. This is what culture is. And you find out that people that are even educated are the ones that are into this thing. So for me, What will I say it is? It is greed, evil, laziness. Because your brother get money and because he's helping you. If he's dead, all the help, as far as I'm concerned, I said it that day, I always tell my siblings, if I die, when nobody say I don't old well, if anybody touch my property or fight anything with my family, now my spirit go on them and their own fire. Because they know they there. When my wife, they give me gbegiri and ewedu and orishirishi. They know they there when they come home late. When they go day gate, they look say I never come. They know they there when they travel, Ajala travel. When they go here say plane crash, they never hear from me for 1 day or two because of whatever, and they are all in panic. And I will call, why did you tell her and all that? They know they there. They know they there when they do icky. When they get blister, they get orishi. They know they there when they suck nipple and I use my teeth bite the nipple. Now when they help them, I can't die. They now want fight for my property. Now no be Ogun go kill them. Now thunder go fire all of them. Because that is the reality. Why someone is alive, if he helps you while he is breathing, it is his prerogative. His property that he left behind is the prerogative of his family. Because he's the one and his family that labored for that thing, and God bless it. A woman might be an housewife, but do you know the support? Do you know even if it is a connection that gave the husband the prosperity he had? Do you know even if she's the one that fasts for him, that is the prayer warrior in the house, that when he goes for contract, now she they fast, now the guy they go talk, and things they work for them. But they are helping you. But when they die, that is when you now say, I listen to people around, they say, that first child no look like our pikinu. It be like saying, now in friend give am belle, and our son no. So we want, this is the problem. Why? Because of greed. And I think if we are able to share experiences of other people in this field, and we as a people will learn from it, we as a people will talk, it will bring more civility. But if we go into that circle of Naomi, Baba, Mohbad and all that, we go still the fight. Thank you very much, my brother.
Aristocrat, if everybody can hear me, thanks for that wonderful submission. This is what I believe we need to champion. And I believe that if we get to the depth of it, we will start understanding ourselves regardless of which part of the fence we sit. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, I just want to say something about what Aristocrat said.
Sorry,
Can somebody hear me?
before you go, please. I can. Just please hold on.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Aristocrats, well said, and we understand the virus out there, whereby the greed from different families and co. But now we're not trying to look at that side now. We're trying to look at the criminal part now. We're trying to look at what actually led to the fire of this guy. And the last time, I think, when the legal team or the Afeniferes, as you would address them, they said they are not even pursuing the estate's case yet. That what they're interested in for now is just the criminal part, whereby they're just trying to unravel who and what actually led to the fire of the deceased. So sometimes I feel like we understand that yes, some people are greedy. Nobody's we can't boast and actually vouch for anybody. But then anytime we see any kind of signal like that, we will definitely raise alarm, and we will actually whistleblow and make people understand that okay, this is what is happening. But for now, I think we should actually pay more attention at the criminal part of this case. We should actually pay attention at what went wrong. What went wrong at in the house? what went wrong within the people who are with him in the house, what actually led to the fire exactly. You understand? Definitely the estate case would later come out. Definitely, no matter how long it is, it will still come up. You understand? But then let us actually pay more attention at the reason why this guy was unalived. Thank you. Fumisko, you can go now.
Yes,
Wait,
sorry.
wait, wait for me, wait. Kule, a quick one. Let me just drop this quick submission on what you just said. Is it realitily speaking? And I've said this, anyone that I've listened to me since last year have said this. It is the Nigerian police that is saddled with the responsibility of investigating this matter, whether we like it or not. Now, the Nigerian police, if, and I've said this several times, if it was the Nigerian police that came up with this paternity matter as a motive, then for me, I will have looked at every possible legal directive as
God
to
bless you, aristocrat. God bless
as
you.
to this matter to say let's pursue it. But if it has to do with the paternity with the way that is being pursued now, the hen have fucking business. It is the family business. Because even if you hear the reasons why they want to do the paternity, it is not based on motive. It is we that we are making it to based on motive. It is we. Even the family member that claimed they demanded for it, they're not basing it on the motive of his death. They are basing it on the motive of ESA, which really, if you sit without any form of support to anybody, being the third party, it does not have any clear motive, even for the police to pursue. And that is the truth of it. But people were shouting, do DNA. If police... Wait, Abati, let me finish. No interject. If police, for example, says...
Abati, if you interject again, please, you'll be dropped, please.
If police, for example, says, we believe that what killed this young man is related to dispute or feud on the paternity of his son, then I believe police, we don't need to, nobody else go shout to police, say, may they go do the paternity. They will do it. Whether the mother of that boy likes it or not, police will get it done. They will go to a magistrate court and they will get it done because it has been classified based on that reason. And there is no need to go to any family court. But the paternity of that boy went to family court because it is a dispute between the family and it is regarded as a civil matter. Now, coming back to what you said, and if those Afenifere are now saying they are jokers because they don't really know what they want. And these are also the people that have been confusing the father of the disease with all their rhetorics, saying this, saying that. They are the same people. And that is why we always say, if you have family matter, you bring it to the market square. Now, the way market people go discuss and judge them, now it go be. Because market people no go work with fact, they work with perception. And you don't bring them to them, you go tear them anyhow, and so it go be. But if truly you want solution to something, there are processes to do it, and it will be done. So if, as of today that we are standing, and I said, I don't like to dabble into they say, then say. If police have come out or will come out and say, we are exploring paternity lineage because we believe there is a fight on the son and could lead to this, that I will agree to. That I'm really going to give my full commentary and some legal perspective to it. But if it does not exist, I'm not interested. Because I see it as a civil matter. Whether we like it or not, let me tell you something. When they do that DNA that they will do, it will be positive. The answer will be positive and nobody can fight it. At the end of the day, what do you go do? This same set of people that have been shouting, what would they do? Crowd always follow what is presented to them. They go shift now, not they go shift tomorrow. And that's how it's going to be. But if all of us here could say, hey guys, let us talk to any criminal matter on this matter. all of us don't have business with the DNA matter as it is in pursuit now because it is done under family court and it's a civil matter. So we are all meddlesome interloper on that matter. But I am not a meddlesome interloper on the criminal matter because it is a state prosecuted matter, and that is why I focus on that. And I'm going to focus on that because that makes sense to me. And as a matter of fact, even if you go back, I do not saying, while Mohbad was alive, did he recognize the child as his own? That is a question for us. If the father came to dispute it, I would have loved if in that court, Wunmi did not agree to say, let's go and do DNA. If the judge have actually made a good pronunciation, then we will have seen a judicial solution to it. As to the dispute of whether the grandfather has the right to call for paternity or not, because that would have been good for the jurisprudence. It could have been good, but the way it is, someone else will go to court tomorrow, they will slug it out. Probably they should have exhausted the judicial position on this matter. Not that I yield, let's go and do it. No. Probably they will have gone to the highest court they should have gone, and everybody will see the pronouncement, the ruling of the court to say, if a matter like this comes out, this is how it should be done. Because sincerely speaking, we are all learning from this. We are all learning from this, but a lot of people have made mistakes. But as you said, dear host, let us focus on the criminal aspect. And if, for me, we need to focus on the criminal aspect, DNA paternity is not part of the criminal aspect. We need to focus on what happened, what transpired. We need to continue to analyze the evidences of the witnesses. We need to juxtapose it to some reality. We need to begin to tell ourselves that why is it even difficult for police to have seen some witnesses from that concert that day? Are they saying nobody came out from the concert to say this is what I saw or what I didn't see? What about the police that protected, that created cover for Mohbad Daddy? Didn't they see anything? If they said he bled profusely, where are the elements of the profuse bleeding, whatever the case is? If he bled profusely, why didn't he have bandage on his hand? Well, a number of questions. And I think that is how we as a people can be doing this, because just like the IT guy said, the family should fight for justice. Why we seek justice? And when you seek, another word for seek is quest. I love to use that. Someone questioned me on my platform the day I say quest for justice. He said, what is that? I said, you are not fighting for justice because you are not a justice fighter. You are not under bondage. But you are asking question, and that is the quest. Quest is an enterprise of questioning. Seeking is an enterprise of wanting to know. We all should be justice seeker and justice quest. We should seek for the quest on this thing, because when we are seekers, we ask question, uncomfortable question, comfortable question, whatever question you need to ask, because you are not vested in any way. If you need to question the widow, you question her. If you need to question the rats in their house, you question it. If you need to question the parents, you question them. Why? Because you want to see clarity. Why? Because you were not there. And you will be left to make your conclusion. And I think that is how we should be, rather than always fighting each other. But, well, it is what it is, that we always becomes. Everybody is entitled to that. Thank you very much, Baba.
Okay, thank you very much, Aristocrat, for your usual clarity. I'll ask you a question now, and that is, what would you have advised? Or okay, let me go like this. Who would you advise between the both parties now, Wunmi and Baba? At least you need to advise someone or one of them. Who would you choose to advise?
If I'm to have person, I would tell them and say, family, you now don't fuck up. That is what I would tell to the whole Aloba family.
You have to pick one. You have to pick one party to advise.
Wait first. Listen to what I'm saying. No, listen to what I'm saying. Number one, I go tell them, say, Aloba family, you now don't fuck up from the beginning of this thing, because now you make this case to be like Esetelo. Yoruba will say, oh, Dajuru be Esetelo. Now then, Kosam, you now don't fuck up. Now, let's get it right. If I need to advise, and sincere advice, I will say, Because if I say I should advise one of the party, both parties have been doing things that are not totally right, that is not bringing them as one voice. Because the sincerity of it is, every member of the family is bereaved. The parents are bereaved, the widow is bereaved, even the child is bereaved. We can't feel the child now, but the child is bereaved. His siblings are bereaved. His neighbors have been bereaved. His friends are bereaved. The industry is bereaved. The world at large is bereaved, missing his talent. So it would be wrong to say I will advise a party. But this is what I will say to all of them. It is high time they come together and act as one indivisible force. Because it is for the benefit of the deceased to get justice if there is injustice committed to his death. It is not for them to fight. When they are true, when you are true with what killed him, knowing that everyone around him is a suspect, support the police, give accurate information that you know that even someone that is just being woke up or someone that came from mass is explained to, the person can pick something and find something out. Give it to the authority. Follow up with the authority. Seek for help from people, for people to also help you to call government to action when they are messing up, and ensure that you seek justice for your loved ones. After that is done, because that knowing what killed Mohbad, how Mohbad died, and for everybody to accept whatever conclusion that comes in, is more of better repertoire to everybody, both the public and them. After that, they can now go and fight if they like. It is their property. That would be my own clear position. But advising A or B, this is what you should do.
Okay.
They are all doing what they think is best from the position they are. So if you advise A, for example, go and meet this and do this, they will not do it because at this stage they are fighting. But what will help their case, what will help the justice for Mohbad case, is when the family understand what is at stake and what is at stake. If they have some kind of misgiving that what killed that young man is not right, then all of them should sort that and come back and fight themselves. If they want to share his clothes or his shoes, that is a different thing. But that he died and it will not be again. It will be more painful if they try and failed than not trying at all. Thank you very much, man.
All right, thank you very
Please
much,
ask Aristocrat
Aristocrat.
a question, please.
Sorry, Susie, before you go, before you go, I just want to ask you this before I forget. Aristocrat, you said that the both of them should come together and do the right thing, give the right information and the stuff like that. Now, what if one of these persons is a suspect in the play? How would they come together? Don't you think that person will work against the effort of the other party? So coming together, don't you think
wait,
that
Kule now, no go this route. This is what it is. Yes, a point. Whether anybody is involved or not, if accurate information is given to the authority, and the public as we are all our searchlight is on the authority, watching them, and they have given concise account of what happened without any form of bias towards anybody. If anybody is complicit, police will find out. So we need to leave that to police, because as we are here, every time we come up, someone will come, over Somolatori Bridge, all those things, there are hearsay. If the authority that is meant to do it and are paid and trained to do it, are given accurate information, timing and everything, and they created the scene, do everything that they have to do, if anyone among them is complicit, they will identify. And if anybody is complicit, they will do it. We have seen many cases like that the death is reported, it is probably the closest person to them that eventually found out to have killed them. It will happen. But where it will not happen is this. They want barbecue you. You are swimming in fuel. Why you not go burn? And that is just it. they've always said this thing that it is only truth that will liberate anybody. Once the authority that should see the truth have seen it, and whatever insinuation they have, give it to them, then follow up. What are you doing? People begin to ask questions. Then all of us, one of the things that made me to take a pause from supporting Baba Mohbad was when that his cousin came out and gave some, explanation that, oh, he has heard this thing and that. I'm like, if this man have heard all these things, why did he even say it in his first interview? Lay everything bare. So at the end of the day, if anything comes, everybody say, oh, this man have said all he knew and is consistent with it. Nobody will blame anybody. And that is what we liberate. But even if the slightest information is hidden, people will begin to read many things into it. So for me, this is an homicide matter. It's a murder case. Say what you know and be consistent in it, and it is found to be true. Anyone that is culpable will be found out. And that will now be our duty of the public, following up on this matter and knowing that when they get justice from this matter, it's going to benefit all of us. So for me, it is not about what if. As a family, we will see an investigation now. Whether you cooperate, you not cooperate, they go find you out. Something will leak you out. You'll be fished out. In every family, they always say there will probably be a Judas, but you will know that Judas. Because if there won't do this, and it will now be the responsibility of the family to say, and for me, that is the hallmark of the family. Protect each other, but if anyone breaks the chain, cover the chain and push out whoever breaks the chain. Devil can always use anybody, as they will say, is the work of the devil, and so be it. But if everything is given to the police the way it should be, none of us will be questioning, why did you do this? If they've all done those things, even if there are mistakes, we will know that, oh, these are excusable. But we should not be saying things that are not excusable. At the end of the day, we will be holding the police. None of the member of the family, nobody will say, Wumi has done this, Baba has done that. No, now police, we go there hold by brokers. Say police will not do what you're supposed to. And I think that is where it should be. Sincerely, it's my opinion. People don't need to align with it. But really, that is how I say things. And that is how I'm going to do things if I find myself in that position. Because I wouldn't want to put myself in a position where I've said something and I've created a misleading information to the authority that will have helped me in the first place. So what do I want to achieve? I'm guilty for misleading. That is what it means. You should be able to say everything. Even when you remember, you now say, oh, I remember. You'll be excused for remembering later. But it is what it is. Continue. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Aristocrat, I want to engage you a little bit. Don't go nowhere. Please. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Okay, let me drop. I'll call right back. I don't know what's going on.
Thank you very much for that. Who is next to talk? Who is next to have the mic?
Is back.
Yeah, I don't know where I was. Okay, Aristocrat. Now you have said it all. You see, you said the family should come together. Kule as you
is saying that what you are doing, the output you are giving us, is not correct. The authority will then hold all the witnesses also responsible for them to get the right information. But if the family wants a quicker resolve of their matter with the police, they need to give the police the right information. They need to help the police. Let's look at this Mohbad case. When Mohbad died, and whatever the widow said, industry god, they've killed him and all those kind of things, and he was buried. I believe they agree for him to be buried. If anyone tells me that someone did not agree, they should have fought it. If, for example, you won't bury my husband and I no agree, I no go that burial. and I will go and address a press briefing that I did not support is by force. That itself has cast aspersion on the whole thing. That shows that you are really fighting for your right. But you were there. You participated. Once you participated, just like in crime, you are an accomplice. Case closed. So if anybody comes and say, I didn't know, I don't believe that. That is me, aristocrat. I don't believe that. Now, immediately this young man was buried, a whole lot of things began to come up. Assuming, all of you, follow my line of thought, assuming the people there that day did not cry that we want to see Mohbad before he lower him, we want to see his face, assuming they've bought the right coffin, assuming they bought a coffin of even like 500,000 naira coffin from MIC, a nice coffin, assuming his neck was not bent, assuming his leg was not bent, today none of us will be here about Mohbad died, Mohbad no die. We will not be here. But as God will have it, he used that thing to rat a lot of things out. So for me, it shows it's because when they gave them 2 million to go and do this thing, some people don't want to spend the whole 2 million to do that thing. And that was why we saw all this thing. Because if they bought it doesn't matter where he was buried. If they have bought a befitting coffin for this young man and his legs were straight, his head were the way it should be, none of us. The only thing that will be going behind this is all this na baba do am na ya. So it will be here or there. Police doesn't need to investigate it. But they didn't do it. And that is what rat it out. So the question for me, and I said the fuck up from the foundation, is the right call was not made at the right time. Things were left to be. If not that, after Mohbad was buried, and there were allegations and counter-allegations that made, what actually made people to cry about Mohbad's death was what they saw in that coffin. What they saw in that coffin. Assuming his coffin was not open, saying Baba kill him, Naya kill him, nobody will go on rampage because of that. Nobody. The people go just they talk. People don't die like that. You go talk and talk, because there is no evidence. But because of what people saw, it was a gory visual, and that was what made it, and that was what brought it here, and it was God that made it to be like that. It shows that something fishy happened, and it has to be fished out. So for me, that was why I said in the first place that I blame all of them. I'm not going to advise one person. I blame them because who should make the call never made the call. And if they say now one person bury that guy, I don't believe him. If you say now one person, if you no agree, you get power, call press that day. I know they go that place because I believe say they kill him and I no go there. If they bury that boy, I will police, you must exhume him. That is how you fight for the right of someone that died. But let us ask ourselves, did they act like that? No, they did not act like that. So when someone comes out and say you are blaming them, I'm going to blame them because the foundation was wrong. Okay, move away from that. If you that you are supposed to be the gatekeeper did not keep your gate well, you are now blaming the security at the main gate of your estate that a burglar came through your window and stole some of your items. The question is number one, why you not close your door? Why you not enforce your window? That would be the first question. So we need to put blame where it is, but we are now where we are. Now that we are where we are, in this whole situation, the public has good power and a lot of things to do. What is the public supposed to be doing? The public should be facing the authority that is responsible to the public. And in facing the authority is to say this, Mr. Police, from all the investigation you've done, we've asked you this, we've asked you this, you refuse to tell us. We as the public, we as people, we are asking you come and give us this. The family can be pursuing whatever they want to pursue. They are bereaved. But the public has much responsibility. And in this whole case, the DPP, by law, Directorate of Public Prosecution, is working on behalf of the state. And the state is working for the public. And the public have the right to ask questions. So if we see all these things, let us focus on asking the question. Now back to Susie, which I agree completely with you. The police has messed up. That has messed up. Mistake has been made. Our job now, going forward, and I think I've been saying this since January or February. Our job now going forward is hold the public institution by their jugular and began to demand what should be demanded. Began to tell them this is what we are not seeing this. We began, just like when we went on radio, we told the government, act. If we have a responsible government or a responsive one, if you have a divided family like this with all this talk, pack all of them and interrogate all of them all over. If their story is not jelly, pack all of them and interrogate them, because in criminal cases there is no sacred cow. But the way they are acting, it means they themselves don't want to persecute this matter fully. Now it is now our responsibility as a responsible people to go on the channel that public will go on and interact with the government and engage the government and call them out. There are many ways to do that, and we should continue to do that. It doesn't stop those who want to support Mr. Joseph Aloba, or those who want to support Mrs. Joseph Aloba, or those who want to support Mrs. Wumia, the widow. It doesn't stop them. But what we have generally failed is simply this. We have usurped our responsibilities and put it on the shoulders of individuals. Back to that question. If the host, one of the family member, is now a culprit, now that as the public that we ought to be the overriding gatekeeper, we now put that responsibility on their shoulders. So they say, Yoruba will say, tí ẹ bá fún wèrè lọ́kọ, tẹ́ bá ní kó roku, á ro sọ́dọ̀ ààrẹ. Kò mí pé ó jẹ́ wèrè. Ó understand pé ọ̀dọ̀ òun lòun yẹ kó òun roko sí. If you give a mad person a hole to cultivate some ridges, he will do it towards his side. He no mad reach that place. Madman no mad. So say he no go recognize food and eat food, or no go know say he is hungry, or know that evil is coming and for him to run. So if, without conceding, there is someone within the family ranks that is culpable in this matter, and we, the public, have usurped our power by supporting A and B, don't you think they will hide the facts? So whose fault will it be for you to not give your responsibility on? It is our fault by not standing firm and say, general public, we speak generally, do the right investigation. We've all called out, police, have you done forensic? Have you done that? Have you done this? Have you done that? They are not doing. We should continue. Some of us have written petition. They did not answer. We wrote petition, and even the IG came and said, we need to harness all the whatever, the fault, they do that, they will do the, they are doing all that. If it is still not working, we should go ahead even more stronger. But what have we gone ahead to do? We are stronger in supporting individuals or camps within the family and making ourselves enemies of ourselves, as if the matter no go finish. What the hell are you doing? For me, personally, that is the reality for me. So if we are pointing a finger to the police authority, we should also consider that initially the police authority will have thrived on information which will help their investigation. And in hindsight, if we see that all that is right and police is the one playing hanky-panky, it is the responsibility of we, the public, to call the state to order. And we will continue to do that. A good example of that is at the inquest. If you find out that it is the state that is looking for a medical way, which is a coroner inquest, to find out as to what killed this young man. But the act that set up the inquest give it room for public to participate and even the bereaved to participate. So it is the state that is the anchor person. If this matter goes to the criminal court, it is the case, it is the state, the DPP, that is the anchor person. Every other person, even the family lawyer, is only assisting them to support them. But it is their main responsibility. So if even the inquest gives room for individuals to represent themselves, either through NGO or through institution, to add value to the investigation at the inquest, it then shows that when it comes to public matter, the public must be involved. The public must not take side, because the public interest is an overriding interest. An overriding interest for now, for tomorrow, and also for years we do not sin, when we will not be on the face of the earth. And for me, that should be the hallmark of what should drive people. We need to be arguing on the basis of facts, on the basis that there is no sacred cow, we do not have any form of interest, but the only interest we have is for us to get justice for the person that the life was cut short. And also for young one like that in between the time the guy has died, some other young people might have been misfortune. And in future, there will be some other misfortune case. And if we are not able to resolve it now, it will be a recording decimal. Thank you very much.